Good evening, everybody. Today we bring to you the second to last show before Christmas break, which is also the second to last show of 2025. Thank you everyone for being with us so far this year. Today we will bring you a multitude of stories ranging from the new Stranger Things season to one of Seneca Valley's very own soccer players winning Butler Eagle Player of the Year. This last Tuesday, the IHS Choir performed a concert for the winter season, consisting of many fun and seasonal songs. A few of the songs in the concert included Wade in the Water, Frozen, Deck That Hall, and more. Students such as Prue Thompson, Gavin Traw, and Ainsley Faber were 9th grade students elected for solos in the songs Oh Holy Night and Wade in the Water. This concert was also significant because Mr. Masson, who was once a 6th grade music teacher at Ermincrest Middle School, became the 9th and 10th grade choir teacher, making this his first high school chorus concert as director. There will be another concert this year for the spring season and a small concert at Universal as a field trip. If you enjoyed this winter concert, please stay tuned for upcoming concerts. Now from one choir teacher beginning his high school directing career to one ending hers.
This Thursday, the senior high choirs had their winter concert. Concert, treble, and men's choir and the Madrigals performed at this concert. All of these choirs sang 3 or more specific songs for their choir. The songs that were sang were No Place Like Home for the Holidays, Winter Wonderland, and 12 Days of Christmas. The director for this choir is Bobby Jean Alexander, and this is her final winter concert. She's been teaching these choirs for over 20 years.
The Cranberry Snow Angels program is an organization that pairs elderly and disabled people with volunteers who can help shovel snow for them. Recent inclement weather and early snowfall have resulted in higher than average demand for volunteers, and the program is currently very short-staffed. Seneca Valley Athletic Director Heather Lewis is encouraging students to sign up and help their neighbors. All volunteers must be at least 15 years old and they do not have to live in Cranberry Township. The program urgently needs volunteers to meet demand for upcoming snowstorms.
2 weeks ago, the class officers hosted their annual Big Ball volleyball tournament. Let's hear more from Abby Spiker to learn more.
I'm Abby Spiker, and this is my package on the Big Ball volleyball tournament. What's your name?
Hunter Mahalik.
You fed damn to?
And why did you decide to play?
Because I was invited by my friends and decided to play because I thought it'd be fun.
We were just like, it's just kind of senior year and we were like, why not? We had never done this before and it was super fun. I'm happy we did it.
How'd your team do?
We won twice and lost once. We got to quarterfinals.
So we won the first game, it was utter annihilation. And then the second game we lost.
What's your favorite part of the tournament?
Probably playing with my friends.
Definitely like the team morale, you know, like we got loud, it was super fun. So yeah, just getting loud and just like doing something other than schoolwork for the day.
Big Ball volleyball has long been a beloved tradition organized by class officers who work hard each year to create an event that all students can enjoy. This year's tournament, held on November 21st in the senior high gymnasium, welcomed enthusiastic participants from 11th and 12th grades. The gym was filled with energy as more than 30 teams faced off, each bringing impressive teamwork and competitive spirit. With all thanks to the dedication of the class officers and enthusiasm of the student body, the Big Ball volleyball tournament was once again proved a success as it got many students excited and was a memorable way to kick off the holiday season here at Seneca Valley.
My favorite part is being able to hang out with my friends.
It's important so we raise enough money for our prom so we can have a nice prom at Stage AE.
We use our entire class officers group, and I think there's 13 of us, and then Mrs. McGordy would be 14 people. And then we
Last Thursday, December 4th, the SV Marching Band participated in the 11th annual Zelienople Miracle on Main Street Christmas Parade. The band marched down Main Street performing Patriots on Parade. Other attractions included an Elf on the Shelf hunt, free coats for kids, and cookie decorating, along with the chance to take sleigh rides. The Miracle on Main Street is a charitable event, with this year's beneficiary being the Zelienople Public Library. The Seneca Valley Marching Band's performance is an annual tradition.
A group of Seneca Valley sophomore students have created a podcast this school year discussing their experiences as they try to navigate high school. If you're looking for deep conversations about mental health, friendships, social media, and all the other challenges of high school life, the Between the Bells podcast is just for you. We go to Jake Conner for more.
Student voices are one of the most important parts to a healthy school environment. At the beginning of the school year, a group of sophomores came together to create the Between the Bells podcast. We are here with a few of them today to ask them some questions about their origins and their creative process.
So the podcast started with two girls having trouble in classes, and then they tried to figure out more people that they think would help the cause of like bullying and such. So they suggested some names, and I was one of those names.
We sort of met as a group last year, the four of us, and we would talk about all the ways that school was impacting us, and we thought, maybe other people would want to hear this too. So we decided, make a podcast, let's let the world listen to what we have to say.
We mainly all try and pick a topic that we're all passionate about, or try and an easy topic.
We meet every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is normally our planning day. We will plan for what's going to happen, not exactly write a script, but have a guideline. If we have guests, we'll meet with them, we'll talk about it, and then Thursday we film, and we don't go off the script, but we try to stick to a couple of the questions, especially if we get kind of off topic.
Our one episode is the phone policy, which was the beginning of the year. Another one is the quarterlies, because those were also coming up and everyone's really stressed. So it's basically just relevance and easy topics.
Now we transition to a recent episode featuring AP World History teacher Mrs. Dorico.
We wanted to have Miss Dorico on the podcast because we talked so much about AP World before. We talk about tough classes and what's going on, and I think that we all agree that because it has that AP in front of it, it might be the hardest class that one of us takes.
They were talking about challenging classes and how they navigate coursework, course demands, homework, especially while navigating all the other complexities of high school. And so Mrs. Graham, I think, was the one who kind of made the push and said, well, why don't we bring on a special guest? If you're concerned about AP World, talk to your AP World teacher. And so I was invited on. They came up with a set of questions, and it was a really great experience.
We had lots of questions, concerns. People were interested in it because I'm the only one that takes it out of the four of us. So we decided if we have all these questions, why don't we ask the real expert? So that's why we decided to have Mrs. Dorico on.
So the focus of the podcast was about not just AP classes in particular, but really how to navigate them. So we talked about what are the benefits of taking AP. We also addressed some misconceptions about AP classes, particularly that students, I think, often think that it is a high school class where they can earn college credit, whereas it's kind of the opposite. It's a college class that is offered to high school students. It's still a really amazing learning opportunity for students, really learning those study skills. How can we apply what you're learning here in class to other high school classes and even classes beyond high school?
My favorite thing about doing the podcast is just getting to hear so many different people's opinions about the same topic. I think that so much diversity can come into play because we all are coming from different backgrounds and have different opinions on things. And although, yes, we all are friends and we have similar opinions, we do have things that differentiate.
My favorite part's probably just the people and how close everyone has gotten. And everyone's so close now. It's just so easy to talk with them.
I really love being able to see students shine in areas outside of my classroom. To be able to do it within this school setting and see how students in our building are making a difference, and they recognize that there was a need for student voice within Seneca Valley, and they've done that.
You can check out the Between the Bells podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you find your podcast. I'm Jake Carner, and you're watching the Seneca Scout.
Seneca Valley is having their 27th annual senior holiday event.
For this event, senior citizens can come in and listen to different Seneca Valley music strands
play their music. Performers vary from chamber orchestra to jazz band to magical singers. There will also be special guests including Mr. Mike Body, former principal of Evans City Elementary and Middle School, and Mrs. Maxine Body, former Seneca Valley Elementary teacher. The event will take place on December 2nd and will be held at the Seneca Valley Intermediate High School Auditorium. If you plan on attending the event, please RSVP by September 15th. More information will be available on sv.net.
Stranger Things returned to screens in dramatic fashion this holiday season as Netflix rolled out its fifth and final installment in high-profile waves. Volume 1 premiered on November 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and brought 4 new episodes, which brought the Netflix original to the #1 show in the first 10 minutes. A second batch of episodes is set to land on December 25th, positioning the series as a major Christmas Day streaming event. The finale episode will cap the series on December 31st, with it strategically timed to roll out. Season 5 is shaping up to be one of Netflix's most talked about releases of the year. Today we end with a few sports stories where we will conclude with an inspiring story about a Seneca Valley cheerleader. For more, let's go to Maddie Conrad.
After 5 years away from the NFL, former Chargers and Colts quarterback Philip Rivers suddenly stepped back into the spotlight. The 44-year-old was recently signed to the Colts practice squad after starter Daniel Jones suffered an ACL tear. Rivers was also recently named grandfather. According to Nick Shook of the NFL, quote, Rivers was named as one of 26 modern-era semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. However, with Rivers deciding to come out of retirement, he is now officially ineligible for the Hall of Fame, and the clock restarts for another 5-year wait. He also joins Brett Favre in the grandfather gamers, as they are the only 2 players in NFL history to still be active while being grandfathers. We wish Rivers the best of luck in the 25-26 season. Now, let's go to Maddie Conrad on an SV cheerleader who overcame a huge obstacle. This is Maddie Conrad reporting with SVTV to give you a heartwarming, inspiring story that went on at Seneca Valley. October of last year, Seneca Valley cheerleader Katara Koenig was diagnosed with a brain tumor, a life-altering moment that brought her cheerleading season and parts of her life to a pause. Through all the challenges and treatment, she remained determined to get back to a normal life and back on the mat. Here with us today, Katara speaks out about her journey and where she stands 1 year later.
It was very scary. It was not something that I thought was a possibility whenever I did have my seizure. It was a lot to take in the few seconds I had with the doctors. They showed me my scans, and that was also very real to look at.
It was shocking. It was very scary. We got to the hospital, and the doctor said, you know, most kids have a get-out-of-jail-free card. 1 seizure, no big deal. She's going to be fine. Every doctor said that. We were like, okay, no big deal. That's fine. We're going to be getting out of here soon. And then we went for the MRI. She was in the machine for a very long time. I've had MRIs done, and I know how long they take. I actually texted my husband, and I said, they found something.
We prayed every day. We relied on each other as a team, and we prayed. They put a basket together. There was a blanket. There was cards. There was balloons. There was teddy bears. There was visits to her.
There was so much support from the cheer community. The cheer community, it's a sport. You're competing against each other, but it's really an amazing community. The day of her surgery, I saw on a lot of social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, where squads across the state were wearing gray in support of Katara. They were using the hashtag Katara Strong. Folks were wearing their Katara Strong shirts.
It's definitely a lot of support, which helped me keep pushing through.
We had to be resilient as coaches. Even there were moments behind the scenes that us as coaches, we had to rally and rely on each other for support so that we were one force.
Whenever I was out, I took on more of a coaching role. I was a voice for my teammates, so I helped out the coaches see things that they didn't see before. So I get to see that side. Since I'm back in, I'm able to be more appreciative of everything.
We used good judgment to keep her safe, even though it was very hard for her and hard for us to watch her because we knew how badly she wanted to be on the mat. It was the right thing to do, and this year she's
100% back. She's a great cheerleader. She's doing a great job. She's a silent leader. She leads by example, and we're proud of her for that.
Just remarkable to see her out on the mat again because she nailed it. All the moms from last year were giving me hugs and saying, it's like she never left. And it just made me feel good because they saw the same thing that I saw. And that was that she was back. She was better than ever.
At Seneca Valley, Katara's strength and determination continues to inspire everyone around her. From SVTV, I'm Maddie Conrad. For the final story, this past week, it was announced that Seneca Valley soccer captain Owen Eastgate won the 2025 Butler Eagle Boys Soccer Player of the Year after leading the Raiders to the WPIAL Class 4A championship game. Eastgate, who started this season as a midfielder and then later changed to a forward, tailed 23 total goals and led the Raiders. Head coach George Williams said this when talking about Eastgate, quote, "He was a threat to score every time he had the ball. He was a true playmaker," end quote. Congrats, Owen. Back to the desk.
That's what we have for you today as on our final show, on our second to last show of 2025.